and welcome back to Brad and Cindy's fertility journey. This video is going to be devoted to our embryo donation contract, the roller coaster ride that we had to endure regarding getting into Canada, and just several other things involving our IVF journey. And the reason that I'm doing these videos is in hopes of helping another couple out there that's struggling with infertility, because it is not for the weak of heart. I myself, we had a chemical pregnancy back in March, and that was a very difficult time. I remember lots of tears were shed, and praying for God to give me peace. And so for those of you going through maybe a difficult time right now in your IVF journey, ask for prayers, surround yourself with encouraging, positive people, because it's a difficult time. But then in your high times, like when you find out good news, celebrate that and really praise God and thank Him for allowing you to get the good news, whatever that good news was. And so that's what we're doing during this time. So without further ado, I'll jump into our embryo adoption. Well, on September the 20th, I was supposed to have a consult with the doctor, and I added up all the fees involved in the frozen embryo transfer IVF in Canada, and it was a great deal of money. And one thing that I didn't understand at the time, or didn't think about, I guess would be better wording, is it was in Canadian dollars, not US dollars. So I hadn't done the conversion, and it was gonna be just something that we weren't going to be able to afford. And then plus there was a consultation fee, and it was a pretty substantial consultation fee. And so last minute I emailed the doctor and I said, hey, I need to cancel this because I just don't think that we're going to be able to afford it after I've added everything up. He went ahead and called me anyway, and he said, hey, let's talk about the fees that you emailed us about. And so he went through one by one and all these fees, and we cut out several things that he said, you don't need this, you don't need that, I'll cut the out-of-country insurance in half. And he just gave me such a piece about our upcoming IVF frozen embryo transfer. He talked to both my husband and I and just found out about us. And I was just really impressed with him. And he gave me just such confirmation about our upcoming transfer. But shortly thereafter, so like the next day or the day after, I was researching on ArriveCan's website, and that's an app or website that you have to use to get into Canada, or it was back in September after COVID to October 1 basically. And so we found out that we were going to have to quarantine for 14 days in country, and that's just something that we were not going to be able to do because we have a 7-year-old son who is about to be 8, and for one, we couldn't be away from him for that long, and two, we couldn't take him with us and him be out of school for that length of time, so it just wasn't going to be feasible for us. So I had the hard conversation with the donating couple that we weren't going to be able to come to Canada, and it was very difficult. I was an emotional basket case during that time about the whole, because I really wanted to be able to work things out, and it was just looking kind of like we weren't going to get to go. So I began praying and asking God to open a door, and then the very next week, the donating couple sent me an email, and I looked on ArriveCan's website, and it stated that the COVID restrictions as of October 1 were being lifted, and we were going to get to go into Canada. We were not going to have to quarantine. There was no testing. There was just basically you show up with your US passports and welcome to Canada. So that's pretty awesome. It was answered prayers. Began praising God right then for that opportunity. So I went ahead and got our contract started with the donating couple, and we used NRFA. That is who I actually got on the NRFA website and connected with the couple from Canada. So we used them for the contract. I'd heard good things about using them, and it was really uh, easy. The only thing that we had to do after the contract is we had to sign it before a notary, which that's not a problem. And anything specific verbiage that you want in there, you just have to let NRFA support know, and they'll make sure that any specific verbiage is in there from either couple, whether it be the donating couple or the receiving couple. So the contract, it was finalized very quickly through them, and just a few changes had to be made, and then we got it notarized. The donating couple was able to get it notarized, and then I think they had to sign something from the clinic itself, and so that's all taken care of. So right now I'm in what's considered the prep phase for our IVF. So on cycle day 2 of my cycle, I had to start natural estrogen, and I take it 3 times a day. And I take that, I don't really know exactly when I'll stop the estrogen, but I do know that on the October the 14th, I go for my lining check. So I'll have a baseline check. I'm going to use my fertility clinic in Birmingham. And so if my lining checks out okay, then we will get to book our frozen embryo transfer for more than likely October 22nd. So that's really exciting because it's right around the corner. And I will start the progesterone and oil shots. For those of you that have ever had those, they're very painful. They leave little bruises on your butt, your buttocks. It's a needle that's about this long, and it's a shot that goes into your backside every night for a duration of time, even on into the pregnancy. But whatever it takes to get these healthy babies here, I will do. So I will know after the 14th if my lining checks out okay, if we're going to get to book it for the 22nd. So we'll book our plan is to book our flight to Canada on the 21st, and then come back on the 22nd after the transfer. So we won't have to be gone from our son for that long. And he is so excited about this. I told him yesterday that for sure everything is finalized, the contract is signed, and the doctor's going to let us put 2 embryos in. I could be pregnant with twins. My mom is a twin, and it's just really awesome news. And I'm just praising God that he was able to open this door for us, for this couple, and we just think the world of this couple. We talk every day. The female and I talk every day, and we just share so much of our journey, and it's just nice to have someone that you connect with like that. And so my hope is in this YouTube journey that I'm creating this video is that I'm able to help someone else out that may be thinking that they're at the end of their road as far as their IVF journey. There are other options. You can look into embryo adoption, and that's exactly what we did, and it's worked out for us, and we're so thankful. And so in saying that, I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe to my channel because it helps the algorithm out. And thank you for watching. I will continue to keep you updated on our journey. I'm going to probably do some shorts, some YouTube shorts, and some TikTok videos as well, just to as we go into Canada, book our flight, etc., just to keep everyone updated. Thank you for everything, for all the love and support. One more thing that I'd like to add is I keep a journal, and I'd like to recommend those of you going through, whether it be IVF, embryo adoption, donor eggs, IUI, whatever type of fertility, is keeping a calendar and a journal. And that way, someday when the child is born, you're able to share everything that you did to let them be born into this world. I just think that's just an awesome thing. And I've even printed off all the corresponding emails between the donating couple and ourselves and put them in the protective sleeves in a binder. And I even did that with our son. When I adopted him, I printed off all the emails, and I documented it into a calendar, And so that way he's always going to have that. I think that's really important. Anyway, I hope this is able to help someone out in your journey. Best of luck to you in your fertility journey.